Hi everyone, welcome to my playlist of how to make blueprints for Megabase. Let's look at the mods we're going to use. I will be using minor mods, including Calculator, Mod, Event Distributor, Helmod. Helmod is the main one, and if you guys don't know, we'll learn it together. Read Calculator, I always love using that one. Recipe book comes handy once in a while. It's not a big one. While tool just makes stuff look better. And Designer Lab is the main mod that we're going to be using. Let's make a new game. I am gonna give myself cheats and go to the lab. This is where we're gonna spend our time. So before setting blueprinting stuff, we need to make a default blueprint for the size of blueprints we want. I have usually seen 100 by 100 blueprints, but I was thinking to make one that's 300 by 300, and you guys can see why I think that the more we go. Okay, let's start by placing our poles. Now, one thing I'm also going to do different is my 300 by 300 is going to start from, from this block, the gray block. So this pole will technically be used by 1, 2, 3, 4 defaults. Now, the maximum distance between these two poles is, and before I go that, if you guys want to clean these, and if you don't want to do one by one, you just press shift, hold shift, and then mouse over everything, and then it just cleans everything out, which is a niche trick. I used to just do this all the time, but now I just skim over. Okay, let's see how much difference we have between these two poles. So we can put in 9 building blocks plus 1, this block that we're missing, and then plus 2 more from these blocks. That would be 9 times 3 plus 3. 20 blocks. So from this block to this block is 30 blocks, and we want it to be 300, which means we're going to need this 10 times. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the way I would like to check my work is come here and only this block. Since we don't use this block, we go here and then just paste these all the way through, and we'll check how many building blocks we have. And perfect. It should be 100. It's exactly 100, which just says that we did that wrong. Right. And I know 300 by 300 is a big default, but we want something big. Now I might need to go here to edge this because it's so big. Okay, let's see if that worked. Yes, it did. And I forgot to introduce you guys to these blocks. This basically provides infinite amount of electricity, so we don't have to worry about it while we're in the lab. And this gives infinite number of items that you choose from, or it can take infinite amount of numbers, so we can test run the builds. And this does the same thing with liquids, which you choose which liquid you want and the percentage you want. And you can use the temperature, and that's for when we're in the base game, it's only for steam, but we'll see if we're going to use that later on. Let's do the other 4 sides. Oops. There we go. The default is so big that it doesn't even let me paste it. I'm gonna have to do this a couple of times. But once we do it once, we can just blueprint it. See this side. And then this should be the last one, if I can get it. There we go. We have electricity excess on around our block. Let's blueprint this. Now, like I said, I'm only including this block, so we're only going to take that. And then go to the corner. And also, only take the dark gray this time. And make it a blueprint. Let's do 300 by 300. And I think I need to move this one to the right. And let's see if that worked. And I know I did snap to the grid because I want my base based on the grid. So that's always easier in my opinion. Okay, we're gonna have to do over here. And the cool thing about blueprinting is even if I didn't explore this area, when I hit the blueprint in, it just pasted it even though it wasn't on my view, which is always cool. Now, we take our blueprint, we can check that it goes all around, and it looks like it's working. So that's our template. Let's name it T and electric ball, big electric ball, and that's going to be our first blueprint. Let's name this. That's our first blueprint. Thank you.